What's up guys, Justin here with the SketchUp Essentials for iPad. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the differences between the Just Draw mode and the Click Move Click mode for the pencil that you use to model with SketchUp for iPad. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. All right, so in this video, what I wanted to do is I wanted to highlight the difference between the two draw modes that you have inside of SketchUp for iPad. And so you've probably seen this. So if you click on the little gear right here, under Pencil and Multi-Touch, there's two different modes for the pencil. There's the Just Draw and the Click Move Click. And those were initially kind of confusing for me. So I wanted to talk you through some of the differences and when you should use each one. So let's start with Just Draw. So the way that Just Draw works is it does exactly what it sounds like. So basically you click on a point, you move your pencil, and then you let up, and it's going to draw a shape, right? So you can click and drag like this in order to draw something up. Let's say that I had a line over here, and I could set the length if I wanted to. So something like 4 feet right here. And you can use that in order to like inference to different points and other things like that. So for example, let's say I wanted to extrude this down. I could click and drag over this point right here. And notice how it's going to inference to those different points right here. And as soon as I let up, it's going to place this object. And so if you want to draw quickly, this is a great tool for that, because you can just come in here and you can just start drawing. And you don't have to worry about super precision or anything like that. You can also type in these values if you want to be precise. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing it this way. One thing to note about that, though, is it is kind of hard if you're trying to inference from certain points to draw like this. Like, let's say, for example, I wanted to draw a line from the midpoint of this edge right here. I have no way of finding that midpoint when I draw, right? I just have to kind of like put my pencil down, and then it's just going to kind of pick a point. So let's say I tried to find this middle point right here. I might guess, and I might get it right. And I did right there, which is great, but that doesn't mean you always get it right. Placing that initial point is a little bit problematic if you use this Just Draw mode. It is a good mode for coming in here and just like quickly drawing and creating things inside of SketchUp. Now, the other tool, in my opinion, gives you the ability to be a little bit more precise. So if I was to go on the gear and I was to go to Click, Move, Click right here, that is going to put us in a different mode. So let's say, I'm going to scroll over a little bit and we'll create a new shape, but let's say that we wanted to create a square right here. Well, in this case, notice how when I click like this, it's not actually placing my first point. And so the reason for this is because with Click, Move, Click, what you need to do is you need to put your pencil down on a point. Then you need to press down a little bit harder. And so notice how when I press down a little bit harder, what that did is that set my first point. And then I can move my pencil around and notice how I can place it wherever I want to place it. And it's not finalizing that point until I click again. So it's considering click to be something where you use the pressure from your Apple Pencil and you press it down. Now, this is something that was actually really confusing to me. And so, like, for example, let's say that I wanted to place this on this point right here. I would just press down and notice how it finalizes that shape. So that's going to work the same for other tools as well. So I'm going to click. Remember, I need to click down in order to pick it, but then I can move my mouse wherever I want, and it doesn't matter if I pick my pencil up. It's not going to finalize it until I press down harder. And notice how as soon as I press down harder, it gives me that little like visual flash, like a little bit of visual feedback to let me know that it's placed this object. And so this is something that was really confusing for me at first, because this only works with the Apple Pencil right here. So this is my Apple Pencil, and it works because it has that additional pressure sensitivity. So this is the stylus that I was using, and I don't even remember who the manufacturer was, but it's very simple, and it doesn't actually have any pressure sensitivity. Well, since it doesn't have any pressure sensitivity, the Click, Move, Click mode doesn't actually work. So you're going to need at least, I know you can use an Apple Pencil. I don't know if any of the other pencils out there with pressure sensitivity are going to work or not. I haven't had a chance to test that. I'm just using the Apple version because I know that it works. But again, remember how we said before that finding those points was a little bit more difficult? Well, notice how if I activate the line tool and click on this edge, so I can move around until I find the point that I want, and then I can click. And so notice how when I press down, again, visually, it gives me that little flash. Then I can do it again in order to place this. So this is a much more precise way to pick points for your objects inside of SketchUp. All right, so leave a comment below. Let me know if you have any questions. In general, I'm leaning towards the click, move, click for the way that I do things inside of SketchUp for iPad. But I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below what you think. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.